Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It's never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now today, yes, we are going to go over earn curve, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you a run through my spot crypto exchange. We're going to go over Ripple and XRP. There is an analyst putting out a pretty massive prediction for what's coming for this cryptocurrency that I'm so bullish on. Elon Musk, there are some updates coming to X, which is incredible. The spot ETFs, still waiting patiently for those. We've got Senator Cynthia Lummis. Son-in-law is not a fan of Ripple. Interesting, right? We've got a lot of news coming out about Sui because of the freeze that they actually obviously took control over with that $220 million hack that took place. So there are questions around decentralization. We're going to have a read of this article right now. Silk Road founder receives a significant amount in Bitcoin as well as a donation. We've got the SEC raising some questions in regards to Ethereum and Solana as well. We've got Bitcoin market faces a lot of volatility at the moment. Yes, it does. And it is right now. We've got Standard Chartered also sticking to their price prediction for Bitcoin, which is incredible as well. $500,000. And we do have Arthur Hayes saying that the most hated layer one, which is interesting, the most hated layer one network, which I believe we all know what it is, could double in price. So we're going to go over that. Let's get into it, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there. Turn on that little bell notification because as you can see right here, I absolutely love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are getting very interesting in this space. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Thank you very much. You rock. Also, little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose, but you can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto and, of course, any other investment. So be careful and do your own research. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the formalities are out of the way. It's coming up to 7 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. There has been a lot happening in terms of crypto. First and foremost, let's just go to the posts tab. I like to call it the community tab. Yes, Earn Curve is live. There are a lot of you signing up to this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yes, I am offering the most, I guess, competitive and the cheapest trading fees in the country, which is absolutely incredible. So if you haven't gone to sign up and create an account, go do that, earncurveinvest.com. We'll get to the website. I've been making some changes to that. Top altcoins in my portfolio this morning, we had Veracity, Ubix Network, XVG, and Kin. Now, again, these are some altcoins, very low cap altcoins as well, I should say, but they're the ones that are up in my portfolio today. Now, coming over to coin market cap, we're going to go to the total market cap. It's $3.29 trillion today. It's up 1.19%. It needs to get well above the 3.5 to close to $4 trillion market cap because that would be incredible because Bitcoin would be flying. But there is a lot of macro news going on in the world, as we all know, okay, with tariffs now, back in force. It's just causing a little bit of chaos in both the traditional markets and the crypto market. Fear and greed index is at 57 today, which is interesting. We've got a lot of outflows in Bitcoin, $616 million. That is a lot of money, as you can see right here in outflows, okay? And of course, Ethereum, $70.2 million in inflows. We've got dominance of 63% still and for Bitcoin, and Ethereum sitting at 9.19%. And we are still well and truly in Bitcoin season. Now, if you look at the money flow chart, it's pretty much like clockwork. And I did post this up Oh, by the way, that is me and John Deaton, absolute legend, by the way, for the XRP Army. This is what I wanted to show you guys, okay? So it's literally following the same pattern as the the global liquidity index, which is fascinating. If you look at this, there was definitely going to be a pullback, but look at that rise. So basically, this is showing us that potentially, and again, this is just my opinion, that we could see Bitcoin at $130,000 very, very soon. In fact, around July, coming in probably to the end of July. So let that one sit with you for a little bit, and of course, do your research with this stuff. But, you know, it's like clockwork. It actually is like clockwork, okay? And as you can see again, every chart for the last, 4, bull runs right here, you can see it's pretty much identical. Look at that. I mean, as you can see, the 2012 Bitcoin price, $115. 2012. 2016, $7,600. We have 2020, $60,000. And I remember that very clearly when that happened. It was unbelievable. So what are we going to go to this bull market? Let me know in the comments what your prediction is. And by the way, I apologize about the comments. They are getting flooded with bots at the moment. It's very frustrating. So I'm doing my best to clear them out. Coming over to my watch list, and yes, the top performers in my portfolio tonight: Talcoin, Veracity, Kin, Nexra, CKB, Seacoin, Pipple, which is just a gamble with a friend years ago. Don't buy it. It's a meme coin. Litecoin, and of course, Superfarm. Now, the coins that I'm primarily focused on are the ETF coins, okay? That is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano, Sui, Chainlink, Hedera, Litecoin, DOT, Trump, Say, and Axel. And I believe TRX has been added to that, so I'm going to add it to my list because Tron is obviously has, I think it's Canary Capital that has an ETF with Paul Atkins and the SEC. So it's interesting. Now, coming over to EarnCurve, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say thank you very much for those of you that have set up accounts on EarnCurve. It's amazing to see all of you signing up on the actual exchange. There was a landing page with a wait list. So now everyone that's signed up to the wait list and that have donated, please go onto the exchange. As you can see right here, I've been working on this today. Register an account on the exchange. It's different to the wait list. So I'm doing my best to notify everybody of that. I have been emailing everybody over the weekend. I've been working literally all weekend from Saturday morning till Saturday night, and again Sunday as well. Working very hard to get this up and running. So thank you to those of you that have, of course, registered. Just in regards to the KYC, I do want to make this very clear that you need to KYC. You need, if you're wanting unlimited withdrawals and unlimited amounts of deposits and so forth, you will need to KYC. It's just part of the regulations. So that's, of course, passport, driver's license, a utility bill confirming your address. You need to upload that. And of course, that is safely secured and stored. Just making that very clear as well. So thank you for those of you that have done that. If you haven't, please go and do that, because then I can adjust the tier from a basic tier, which has limitations. We're going to go through that. And of course, I can upgrade you to a VIP tier, which again unlocks all of the, withdrawal limits and so forth. So there's no limits essentially because you've KYC'd. Okay, so please go do that. There is a substantial amount of people that have signed up to the wait list. I'm just trying to get you guys all to sign up and register on the exchange from the wait list. So we're getting through it. So if you haven't done that, here is the website. You can click register. And of course, it will take you to the registration on the exchange. Log in, set up your passwords, make sure you don't forget them. Set up your two-factor authentication with your preferred two-factor authentication software. I like Google because Google is just too big. It is a massive company, and that's very safe and secure. So you can get Google Authenticator app, you scan the QR code, and you can enter the code, and away you go. Okay, so it's very, very safe and secure. Coming over to here, yes, I did add a YouTube video, of course, the launch last week. So thank you very much to those of you that have watched that. And the donations tab. Now, again, I have been saying that I am going to be honoring those of you that have donated to this to help me get to this point. I have been applying the discounts to your fee, which will be a lifetime discount. So thank you very much. You should be receiving an email with the I should say the discount applied to your account. So those of you that have donated have been applied discounts. Now again, this all obviously is based on the KYC. So if you haven't KYC'd, know your customer, upload all your documents. Of course, it's going to be difficult for me to obviously apply these discounts and of course these should say removals of the restrictions. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Once you're in here, as you can see, this is the exchange. Now, this is primarily the spot crypto exchange. I'm just making this clear. I'm getting a lot of messages about leverage. No, there is no leverage on EarnCurve because again, it's one of the Australian government's restrictions on cryptocurrency. You need to be a wholesale client. And of course, it's an absolute nightmare. I'm just being completely honest with everybody. Wholesale client means you need to have at least $2 million sitting in your bank account liquid, and of course have either that or $10 million in assets. That's out of reach for a lot of people. So spot crypto market it is. Now, coming over here, you can see obviously this is my account, just one of the testing accounts that I've set up under my own name. There is a fee reduction there of 10%. Of course, if you've donated, depending on what you've donated, you will get that notification of that discount in trading fees. Now, coming over here, the trading fees, you can see in the top, the basic tier without verification has a maker fee of 0.3% and a taker trading fee of 0.5%. Okay. Now, again, this is literally the lowest fees in Australia. I've gone and done a lot of research on this. It is the lowest trading fees. Now, coming over to the VIP tier, once you've KYC'd your documents, and I've approved that, or my team will approve that, of course, there is a maker trading fee once all of the KYC is approved, 0.1% on maker trading fees and 0.25% on taker fees. So that's on the spot market. Now, again, that is the cheapest you will ever see in the market, okay? And I'm doing this as a thank you for those of you that have signed up and believed in my vision. And of course, I will be implementing this for a few months. So take advantage of it. It's incredible. Now, of course, we do have, going back to the summary, you can also check out the withdrawal limits. Now, this is the big thing, okay? With KYC, if I don't have that, there has to be limits in place. It's 2,000 USDT per day. And of course, per month is 60,000 per month. So again, that's taking into account if you're, basically pulling out money every single day, there needs to be limits on that. However, if you do KYC, those restrictions are lifted, so please go and do that. Feel free to obviously have a play around with the exchange. Coming over here as well, verification, deposit as well. You can deposit the assets as you can see right here. Bitcoin, USDT, Ethereum, BCH, Chainlink, Ripple, XLM, TRX, BNB, Cardano, all of these coins you can deposit on here. Now, I just want to make it very clear that if you're, for example, depositing USDT, because at the moment there is no on and off ramp because we're just getting started. There's no on and off ramp for fiat currency, just making that clear. So you can only deposit crypto. So it's crypto to crypto. But of course, the cheap fees make it worthwhile to buy digital assets, right? Select your network. Make sure you are selecting the correct network. Wherever you're sending that cryptocurrency from, it could be from your cold wallet, it could be from another exchange, whatever it may be, make sure you're selecting the correct network. That's very important, okay? I don't want to see people losing cryptocurrency. That's the biggest thing. And always, I should say, check the wallet address. All right, so there you go, right there. I've generated the address. And of course, you can do that with Bitcoin. You can obviously do that with Ethereum. By the way, if you're signing up to this and you're wanting to transfer these altcoins, you'll need to generate the address. So you go generate wallet. As you can see right here, it's generating that wallet address. There you go. So just making that very clear, you can do whatever you like on here, but please make sure not only is your two-factor authentication sorted, you check the correct network you're sending the cryptocurrency on. Of course, Ripple and XRP have their own. Bitcoin has its own network. USDT has quite a number of networks, okay? Of course, you've got ERC20. You've got BEP20, which is Binance Smart Chain. Ethereum is ERC20. Tron is, of course, TRC20 and Polygon. So you can choose either one of those, all right? Now, once you've done that, you can come over to your wallet. And again, this is just a demo account for me that I've just been mucking around with. As you can see, I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, Solana, Chainlink. As an example, I'd like to withdraw any other assets. Of course, you can deposit or withdraw. Once you withdraw, you copy and paste your address. Like any other exchange, it's exactly the same into here. You select your network, Tron. And of course, you can obviously the method right here. Let me just go here. Sorry, I should say you can either choose email address. I prefer address, of course, and the withdrawal address down here. It should come up as well, and you can process your withdrawals in there, no problem. And they'll be all visible on the blockchain, okay? There's a lot to go through, guys. Now, markets, spot trading market, okay? So we've only got at the moment market and limit orders. So it's pretty straightforward. A market order is buying no matter what the price of the asset is at the time. As you can see right here, we've got Bitcoin. Now, coming over here, consider limit order as well. You could choose to buy Bitcoin, say, at, 105, call it 150 or something like that, along whatever you like. So you can set a limit order. You can put however much USDT you'd like in there. And, of course, that's the size of the Bitcoin. As you can see down the bottom, it's a bit hard to see right here, but you'll see 21.03 USDT. Okay, so that's how you place your limit orders and market orders. Well, of course, if you've got USDT in there, you can just buy your cryptocurrency, say 25% of that. If I can click this, 50%, or if you want to buy XRP, my favorite cryptocurrency, you can do that as well at the cheapest rates in Australia. And I mean that. A lot of these other exchanges are extremely expensive. So again, you can see right here, 50%, you can buy 14 XRP. Let's just keep scrolling there, or 19.7. Okay, so pretty straightforward. It's incredible. And again, it's a work in progress. So it's slowly building and adding new features in time. But again, I just want to make it very clear that you need to KYC. There is a menu page here as well. There's all your information. You've got API. I wouldn't muck around with that for the moment because I'm still working on potentially getting some trading bot software on this as well, because again, I'm very bullish on automation. That's just me. And I would love for everyone to have the same sort of software with, as for example, 3Commas, who are a partner of my channel. Profit and loss, fees, limits, wallet, language. I've only got it in English at the moment, so I do apologize. History, you've got volume, assets, passwords, login sessions. There will be eventually banking integrations as well. So obviously, credit cards, debit cards, transfers with bank accounts, that will be integrated later on. And it's pretty straightforward. You've got notifications as well, withdraw identity. That's a big thing as well, and sign out. So it's pretty straightforward, guys, but I thought I'd give you a decent rundown of it. And I'm slowly going to be adding more features to the landing page. But I just want to say again, if you've signed up on the wait list, please go and sign up on the exchange, because it's again, the proper exchange now, okay? Thank you very much, everyone. Now, this is going to be a long video. XRP, let's get into it. $27 Moonshot analyst predicts 1,772% explosion following the 2017 historical pattern, which pretty much sent Ripple flying, I should say XRP. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market cap, has broken previous highs, set an obviously a new high at 111,000 US dollars. However, it's a big bull, continues to its unwavering streak. Alternative tokens, altcoins, obviously failed to follow the asset's direction. Ripple and XRP, a leading altcoin, was one of many that failed to meet market expectations last week. I'm not thinking about short term. Okay, despite this, market analyst sentiments are firmly within bullish territory. We've got E-Grade Crypto, a prominent analyst on X, basically stating this: if XRP is repeating the last section of or pattern from October 2017, which is a pretty incredible time for Ripple and XRP, we might be on the brink of a major breakout soon. Okay, and it's just his opinion, and I'm very bullish on XRP, as everyone knows. XRP took roughly 63 days to explode and set new all-time highs, skyrocketing by an astonishing 1,772%. That will happen, in my opinion, once these ETFs get approved. The analyst added that if XRP follows this pattern, the asset could reach $27. Which is very, very bullish in my opinion. Now, moving on, let me know in the comments what you think. I want to hear from you guys. Now, Elon Musk is apparently integrating a new X chat, which is incredible, with Bitcoin-style encryption. Love Elon Musk. I'm just saying he's incredible from an entrepreneurial aspect. He's incredible. Now, Musk says X upcoming messaging feature will use Bitcoin-style encryption, but crypto experts aren't sure what that means. He claimed it's built in Rust with Bitcoin-style encryption. Developers have pushed back, saying Bitcoin doesn't use encryption. Anyway, it's going to be incredible. I went through this article the other day, but over 70% approval chance for XRP and other altcoins. There are currently 70 crypto applications for ETFs sitting on the SEC's desk. And yes, it's very frustrating because they're raising legal questions over proposed Ethereum Solana ETFs as well. The SEC raised concerns over staking linked ETH a day after stating that most crypto staking falls outside the scope of securities laws. So they're looking into that at the moment. So my opinion, once these ETFs get approved, there's a lot of background that they've got to do to ensure that retail investors are safe and secure, pretty much like the Bitcoin ETFs, okay? And there was literally 70 of them that they've got to go through, so have to give them time. Cynthia Lummis, she's very, very bullish on crypto, and she's incredible. Her son-in-law is not a fan of Ripple, though, which is interesting. Why? Anyway, Senator Lummis' son-in-law, Will Cole, is also a Bitcoin maximalist. Okay, like her, not only that, they frequently criticizes Ripple underlying a popular crypto account, which is interesting right here because a lot of people hate it. You either love it or you hate it. I love it because I think its utility is absolutely remarkable. So putting that out there, but it's interesting. Sui, this one's also an interesting one, ladies and gents, but questionable decentralization. Wow. But last week, one of the largest decentralized exchanges on the Sui blockchain suffered a hack worth around $220 million shortly after the foundation coordinated freezing $160 million through the network's validators. The action raises doubts about decentralization of the Sui blockchain. What do you think about that in the comments? And the decentralized exchange, or DEX, I can't pronounce it, CETUS, was hacked. The attack, which was believed to have been caused by a vulnerability in the smart contract code, resulted in approximately $223 million in user funds being siphoned off. $63 million was sent to attacker to the Ethereum blockchain, while the remaining $160 million was frozen by validators under the coordination of the Sui Foundation. And a network vote among validators will decide today whether to return the funds to its users. Of course, they should return the funds to their users. Come on. We have Silk Road, obviously founder receiving $31 million in Bitcoin donation after bagging 1.8 in an auction. And of course, we have Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht receives 300 Bitcoin, $31 million in a single donation from an unknown wallet. So that's a lot of money for a donation, put it that way. If I had that kind of donation, I'd be flying with EarnCurve. But thank you very much to those of you that have. Moving on right here, Standard Chartered. Again, Bitcoin could hit $500,000 before Trump leaves office. That's obviously another 3.5 years away now. Can you believe how quick it's going? Bitcoin proponents clarified the outlook for largest crypto by market cap. And yes, according to the International Bank, Bitcoin is on the track to hit $500,000 before President Donald Trump exits office. Notably, the current president's second term, which began on January 20th, will elapse on January 20th, 2029. As such, the bank is optimistic that Bitcoin could build enough momentum over the 4 years to attain 358% increase in value. That is bullish. And yes, Arthur Hayes is saying that, Ethereum, the most hated layer one, could hit all-time highs, which is interesting as well because, I'm not really a fan, to be honest with you, but I think this is what he's saying. I think ETH could go to $4,000 to $5,000 this year, Hayes told Decrypt at the Bitcoin 2025 conference. And I think it's the most hated layer one, and usually you want to be the most hated asset in a turn of the cycle. So I think ETH could outperform. Absolutely incredible. But anyway, I'd love to see XRP do that. Thank you to those 9,065 people. And I should say as well, thank you to those 391 people that have followed me on EarnCurve's X page. Thank you very much, guys. Coming over here, let's have a quick look at what's going on X. Yes, I did post this video. Thank you very much for those of you that watched it. Michael Saylor, again, a new DCA purchase coming in from raising capital through strategy. An incredible strategy he's got, to be quite honest with you. Moving on, we do have Vitalik, obviously the founder of Ethereum, will scale L1 to 10x in the year. then take a breather before the next leap. Have a listen to this if this wants to work, guys. Let me just put this through the iPhone.
Based on like basically delayed execution, block level access lists, networking level improvements, distributed history storage, like the stuff that we already talked about. And then I think at that point it would be a good time to like basically take a breather and like have a period to verify that we're actually doing okay on decentralization properties. Possibly even like do a fork and like focus on kind of
That's a controversial comment. Hold on.
Like
say it one more time, please.
Yeah. Take a breather, verify that we're fine on the decentralization properties, and like possibly do a fork to tie up loose ends in terms of.
Oh, you mean a hard fork, not create a second chain?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Versus soft forks.
Yeah, okay. Tie up loose ends on like account abstraction, censorship resistance, possibly like VM improvements, simplify the protocol, switch to SSZ, like stuff that doesn't kind of threaten decentralization, and at the same time we become more confident, and then once.
Interesting. There you go. And yes, congratulations to Oscar Piastri for winning the Grand Prix. I think he's a definite contender for the World Championship. Let me know in the comments. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I just wanted to give an update of what's happening with Earn Curve. And if you haven't gone to sign up, go do that. Links are below, guys. And be careful with the bots in the comment. I'm out of here. Got more work to do. I'll speak to everyone tomorrow. Stay safe. Have a good night, good afternoon, and good morning. And if it's morning, have a double shot espresso. I'll speak to everyone soon. And by the way, if you've watched this far in the video, go get a copy of Money Never Sleeps. This is helping me pay my bills at the moment. So go do that. wallstreetbullofficial.com. Link below. Take care, guys. I'll speak to you all soon. Peace. Bye.